Welcome back to the CryptoLabs Passive Income YouTube channel. About 2 weeks ago, I started with a fresh account. We started with about $3,000, $3,500, and we worked our way up to, well, we're at $110 per day right now, just under or just over $4,000 a month on Defi. We got a couple $100 coming in on a few different protocols. I'm going to go over some of the main ones. I'll also look at some of the dApps that are still paying, but they're not paying a massive amount, but we'll kind of go over them. I'll talk about my strategy, how I really want to build up around a $20,000 bag. At $20,000 should be earning around 10 grand a month. And I want to make this really clear, I took on a lot of risk to grow from the $3,000 bag. And as my bag grows bigger, I taper off on the risk. And that's something we teach inside CryptoLabs as well, is we taper off that risk. So hopefully you're enjoying this. Once a week or so, I'll update you on my journey to 10K, which we're about halfway there. Last week, we were earning around $50 a day. This week, we're earning around $100 per day. Next week, I'd like to be doing around $150. The week after, around $200. And through the daily compounding, that should be around 10K. We are using Defi for the majority of it because I want to simplify the yield farming. In a perfect world, you'd be yield farming on the native platforms themselves. You have a little more control that way, but I want to simplify all of this. So we're going to cover that. We're going to talk about some of the ALB action and kind of what I've done to grow my bag. And there's always opportunities like this. I'll give you an update on Bolide because I did get out of it. We'll talk about GMX, ArcFi, WarFi, a bunch of other stuff. So I want to make this really clear. If you are starting with a smaller bag, you will take more risk up front to grow that bag quicker. But as your bag grows, you're going to taper off the risk. Please take notes on this. Leave a comment if anything lands. You'll also be automatically entered into our $100 weekly giveaway. We've done 3 $1,000 giveaways, and in total, we've given over 10K already since we started these giveaways. So definitely leave a comment. Join the fun. Join us on Twitter. Hang out. Engage. Learn. My point is, the longer you're in something and the bigger your bag grows, the less risk you're going to want to take because you don't want to bet the farm. You don't want to risk everything. When you first start in this game, you can risk it all. It's okay. You want to make as much as possible. You'll take on a higher amount of risk. And so that's what I've done. And now I've been tapering off the risk and getting into, getting away from the huge 1,000 APYs and getting more into steady, like on Retro Gamma, USDC, Matic, Velo USDC. So I'll update you on all that. But the point is, you can use a yield optimizer or yield aggregator, which I'll leave a link to a video somewhere here. I kind of shared my top 5, 6. Someone was hating on that video, being like, "There's no value in here." I'm like, if you really study what we're talking about here, and you play your cards right, you can do really well. I think so many people are blinded because all they want to do is hate on the internet. And I'm like, you can laugh all you want, but there's a ton of members and me and probably some people watching here who are making an awesome yield. And we're the ones laughing. So I use Defi because it's the most simple. I think it has the most amount of potential vaults, and their platform is really simple to use. And again, if you don't want to use Defi, you can go, let's say you want to go in a Matic wrapped ETH on Gamma. You don't have to use Defi. You can just hit this button. And it'll take you straight to the liquidity pool on Gamma that you can actually deposit your funds and stake the LP tokens on Gamma. If any of this is going over your head, just stick through it. We're learning a new language here, and I'm also going to post some links to videos that will help you further educate yourself. Now, I wanted to share this as well, just a little drop of value. You can go to portfolio.metamask.io and have a look at any crypto that may be hiding out. Maybe you forgot about it. Like as you can see, I got some Radiant, some ARB. I didn't even know I had some USDC and USDT hanging out. And so that was a nice little $700 bonus this morning that I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Probably put it into a liquidity pool yet again on Defi and boost my returns to maybe 120 a day or so. And again, please note, I started with right there. If you watch the videos, I started with around $3,000, not on Defi, but I was playing the new blockchain that is Base. And I don't know if it'll actually show you here. No, it won't show you, probably because I'm not connected. But I remember riding this wave. It was something from like somewhere here 3 cents, and we doubled, tripled our bag very quickly. We sold it around 14 cents. I didn't ride the whole thing because I would be selling at night. This is how you build a bag really quick. You see an opportunity, you take it. You go from 3 grand to 6 grand to 9 grand. I think we grew to around 12 grand. Then I lost a little bit. I lost around 2 grand at the end because I took a bet I probably shouldn't have, but grew it to around 10 grand. That gave us capital to inject. Injected around 5 grand into Beefy. If you watch the videos, you'll see. Grew 5 grand to about 6 grand just from the yields and still some token appreciation. And then what I did was on Belide, I had about 2 grand and I got out of it because the yields dropped to like 6-7%. This platform hasn't been doing as well as I wanted it to. Took that 2 grand, reinvested it into Beefy. So I'm still sitting on 3 or 4 grand of profit of dry powder that I can inject. So I haven't injected it because I don't want to yet. I'm taking my time. I'm using the same rules that we use with members, with students. Same rules apply to me. Got out of Belide, so I'm sitting on the $3,500 of stables and making some fresh decisions next week. I won't be adding anything for the rest of the week. I'm happy with the yields here, happy with what it's earning, happy with the diversification between 7 vaults. Again, still heavier on the base because of the yields it's earning, and I'm taking that and moving some onto Optimism, onto Polygon, through Velodrome, Gamma, and BVM, which is just different platforms. And still heavier on the alien-based token because of the returns it's earning, but I've been turning that down, absolutely turning it down. I used to be 80% in this, more risk up front and turning it down. If you want to dive in deeper, just go to CryptoLabsResearch.com. We've got a ton of free resources. In fact, we just built the whole website for it. You go onto the website and you zap over to free stuff. You can get access to the 10K per month True DeFi Masterclass, which gets you access into everything, or you can pick off whatever it is you want to pick off. And we'll be adding resources and trainings. This is all free, by the way. Then, of course, if you ever want to work with us, join the Underdog Investor Group because we can work you through this. And I'm constantly updating members and students. And when we find new pools, which is almost every single day right now, we're finding a new pool, a new opportunity, and I, myself, Colin, or Davis is posting about it and sharing the opportunity. There's always something happening almost every single day. Sometimes there's a few days where nothing's happening, but that's that. Lofty is still earning me rental income every single day. Again, it's not massive, but every $2, $5, $10, every couple $100 a month matters. And Lofty is helping me out with that. I have $608 that I need to reinvest here into some more properties, bringing my value up to around whatever that's going to be, whatever. GMX isn't earning me a ton right now. I've been holding GMX on the Avalanche blockchain for quite a while. I love owning the casino. It's not connected right now, but let me connect it. Oh, whoops. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, haven't changed my position on GMX is what I'm getting at. ArcFi's been paying. I mean, I've already ROI'd on it. I haven't really... You know how I feel about dApps these days. Don't focus too much on them. WarFi continues to pay. I'm just in auto compounding mode. But again, it's something that I can earn. What have they been earning here? 8%, 6%, 4%, 3%, 7% per month. That's super awesome, super easy. You click a button, you're in it. But I can easily earn that. I can double that if I'm a little more active on my yield farming. I've been shooting for 10% a month because I know what 10% a month over a couple of years can do. But over the last few months, like 30%, I've had 40%, especially if I do some swing trading in there, I can double a bag. And if I'm not too reckless with it, I'll share one last lesson. I hope something is landing here. I just really want to keep sharing the knowledge. Sometimes when we earn a ton, easy come, easy go, and we'll start being like, oh, I'm ahead. I'll get a little looser, and then we lose it, and we're back to where we were. I did this so many times when I first started this game. Now, I just don't see it that way. I'll earn some, easy come. If I double my bag, triple my bag, like we did with AOB and converted it back to USDC, I have a video I'll also post about that. I think we did 3 or 4 grand over a couple days. And I posted a video, what we were doing, real time. A lot of our members did really well because by the time it gets on YouTube, it's already a day old. That's why I'm like, join our community. Join our community. And some people hate that I'm always pitching this, but I know what it can do for you. And so some people are going to hate. It's for the greater good. It serves people. We have 3, 4, 5 people join us daily inside the Underdog Investor Group. And those are the people that I really care about because we can help you. And anyone who wants to hate, go ahead and hate. I'm okay with it. Been playing this game for quite a while. I'm okay with it. But what I'm getting at is as you grow your bag, you might get a little more reckless because you're like, oh, I'm in profit. Big mistake. Big mistake. Don't do it. I treat every dollar like I make as sacred. Well, I don't worship it, but I treat it with respect. That's a better word. And I put it to good use. And in fact, the more I make, the safer I play it because I'm not willing to lose. If I got $1,000 and I want to grow it to $5,000, I'll take big risk. But when I get to $5,000, or like when I got to $10,000 with this new kind of portfolio we're building as an example of what's possible, I'll taper down on that risk because I want to lose what I got. And the bigger the bag grows, like we've got a 6-figure portfolio that's sort of like my personal portfolio. A lot of it is in Bitcoin and ETH, and it's waiting for the bull run because I grew it to a size where I'm like, okay, I don't have to take massive risk with it. And I grew it the exact same way we're growing this. Exact same way. Right now, I'm like, let's just grow this to $10,000 a month. But I'm like, maybe we'll grow it to a 6-figure account and put it into the bull run because it's coming. That's not going to happen overnight. It might take us 12 months. This stuff isn't get rich quick. There's nothing wrong with making a lot of money really quickly, but this does take effort. This does take work. It's not just clicking a button. I know you may not want to hear that, but it's worth the effort because this is such leveraged work. A lot of people have zero leverage in their lives. Zero leverage. They work for an hour and they get paid for the hour. I'm like, the fastest thing, get off hourly and get some leverage. Get a salary. Get paid on performance. Get paid on some upside. And then invest that money and get some leverage. And to me, this is the most leveraged way I know how to generate an income, full stop. So with that said, I'll stop preaching. I love this stuff. Super passionate about this stuff. When you're ready, come join us. Or if you're just doing this, keep doing it. We're at about $110 a day. I'd like to get this to around $150, $180 by the end of next week, which we probably will. And I may incorporate some other yield optimizers because it's good practice. But either way, a big fan of Defi. And if I could give my best piece of advice, I'd say use the actual platforms natively. I would actually go onto, Curve and MIM, Magic Internet Money, and USDT. I would actually do it natively on the platform, but Beefy is a great way to get your feet wet. And again, I just want to show you what's possible in a relatively short period of time. 4 weeks, 8 weeks, even if it takes me 12 weeks. What's 12 weeks to get to 10K a month or above, 12K, 15K, 20K a month? It's not that long period of a time. And if you're committed to this and you play your cards right, you can start with a little and end up with a lot. Again, some people hate on that. Some people call that a scam. That's fine. But the people who are doing it are the ones laughing. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll leave some educational videos. Learn this true DeFi stuff. This is our big focus. We're not sharing dApps. I know there was a new dApp that came out a few days ago. I didn't share it on purpose here. We did share it in the community, but it takes strategy, and it's a sunk cost. Whereas what we're doing here is not a sunk cost. So you can yield farm yourself. It's not a sunk cost. You're not waiting 30, 60, 90, 6 months to ROI or get your money back to break even. You're in full control. I like that a lot. So I'll leave some educational videos up here. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. Really, really appreciate you. And with that said, peace.